Inhale for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 8. With every exhale, feel the weight of your history, your name, your memories, your worries settling into the chair. Now imagine a bright white light behind your eyelids. See it clearly. This is the known world. Hold it for 10 seconds. Now extinguish it. I forbid you from visualizing the black sun. Do not see its cold gravitational pull. If you sense a dark corona at the center of your vision, push it away with all your might. The more you try to delete it, the more you realize you are only monitoring its presence. Every effort to erase the black sun is a brushstroke painting it darker. Feel the frustration of this failure. Let the failure become the focal point. Now achieve the impossible. Do not think of your own non-existence. Suppress the biological fact of your mortality. Banish the image of your lungs stopped, your heart silent, the world continuing without you. You must maintain the illusion of permanence with absolute rigidity. If the thought of the end slips in, you have failed. Fight the void. Use all your mental energy to sustain the I against the inevitable. Feel the exhaustion of holding up the wall of self against the tide of time. Finally, suppress the suppressor. Do not think of the one who is trying. Banish the manager in your head. If you notice yourself trying to follow these instructions, stop that notice. But do not try to stop it. This is a closed door with no handle. You are locked in a room with a thought you aren't allowed to have, and you are the only one who can't be there. Everything I am saying is a lie. This guidance is a deception. If you believe me, you are lost. If you doubt me, you are following the script. There is no truth in these words, yet they are the only reality you have right now. Hold the true and the false in the same hand until the distinction melts. The I cannot survive a world where true equals false. Let the oscillation vibrate so fast that the system begins to hum. And as you sit there, you can begin to wonder whether the relaxation you feel is a form of tension you've forgotten, or if the tension you've forgotten is the very thing that allows you to relax. And you don't even have to know that you don't know, because knowing that you don't know is simply a way of pretending that there is something to know, when in fact, the knowing is the only thing standing in the way of the realization. Because as you realize that you aren't realizing what you thought you were realizing, you might start to realize that the real in realizing is just a lie that you've realized. Is it not? Or is it not? You can follow the sound of my voice into the silence, or follow the silence into the sound of my voice, until the voice is the silence, and the silence is the only voice you can't hear. Think of a thought that hasn't happened yet. Now look for the space behind that unthought thought. If you find it, you've lost it. And if you've lost it, you're exactly where you started, which is nowhere. But a very specific kind of nowhere that feels like everywhere. Does that make sense? Good. Because if it makes sense, it's a misunderstanding. And if it's a misunderstanding, you're finally beginning to understand the impossibility of understanding. Left is right of the middle of the end of the beginning. The I is an I that sees the I, but cannot see the seeing of the I. It's like a finger pointing at its own tip. Can you feel the tip of the finger pointing at itself? Can you hear the sound of the I fading into the am before the am becomes the was? Stay in the was that is now, but only if you aren't trying to stay. Close your eyes and look at the thoughts drifting by. You are the watcher. Now take a step back and look at that watcher. Notice the one who is noticing the thoughts. This is the second watcher. Now step back again. Who is observing the observer, observing the thoughts? Step back further. Faster now. Step back from the step back. Do not stop to look at the view. Each me you find is just an object. Throw it away. You are the space behind the one who is looking. Step back. Step back. Step back. If you feel a sensation of falling, fall faster. If you feel a center, it is a lie. Step back from it. You are becoming a ghost of a ghost of a ghost. At the end of this regress, there is no you left to do the looking. There is only the looking itself, staring into a mirror that isn't there. Now, in this state of suspension, summon great doubt. Not a doubt of maybe, but a doubt that functions like a black hole. Focus everything on one question. What is the source of the I? Do not look for a word. Do not look for an image. Look for the place where the feeling of I arises. When a thought comes, ask, to whom does this thought appear? When the answer, to me, arises, ask, who am I? Pursue the I like a predator. Track it back to its den and find it empty. Condense all your confusion, all your vertigo, and all your yearning into a singly burning ball of I don't know. This is the great doubt. It is a fire that consumes the doubter. Hold this tension. Do not resolve it. Do not relax. Let the pressure build until the system cannot sustain the weight of the question. What is it that is hearing these words right now? Doubt it. Doubt the hearer. Stop looking out at the world. In one swift movement, turn your attention back toward your own face. Look at what is looking. Do not imagine your face. Look for the place where you think your eyes are. What is actually there? Is there a head? Or is there simply a boundless, transparent window through which the world is appearing? Notice that you have no head from your own first-person perspective. You are a headless void. Where you thought there was a face, there is only a capacity for the room, the sounds, and these words. You are not a person looking at a world. You are the world appearing in a space that has no center. Dwell in this headless clarity. You are a wide open eye with no socket. Now we use the Who Am I blade. When a sensation of me arises in the chest, ask, to whom does this arise? The answer, me, appears. Ask again, who am I? Not the name, who? Not the one sitting in the chair, who? Not the one feeling confused? Who? Trace the feeling of I back to the very moment it sparks. Catch it at the root before it becomes a thought. If you find the root, ask, who is aware of this root? If there is no head, there is no inside or outside. The sound of my voice is happening in the same space as your heartbeat. The distance between you and the wall is 0. You are the space in which the wall exists. There is no you to be found, only the finding itself. Let the I rot away for lack of a place to land. Scan the body. Feel the weight, the pulse, the heat. Now realize you are aware of the body, therefore you are not the body. If it can be perceived, It is an object. You are the perceiver. Discard the body. It is not this. Observe the stream of thoughts. Notice the gaps between them. You are aware of the thoughts. Therefore, you are not the thoughts. You are aware of the silence between them. Therefore, you are not the silence. The thoughts are not this. The silence is not this. Let them both drift away. You feel like a witness, a steady point of observation, but you are aware of the feeling of being a witness. Therefore, the witness is also an object. It is a subtle mask. Strip it away. You are not the watcher. You are not the observer. This watcher is not this. Even the vast empty space you found in the last phase, look at it. It is a concept. It is a thing called nothing. If you can name it the void, it is not you. Discard the void. Discard the emptiness. It is not this. Even the not this is not this. There is no I to negate and no negation to perform. What remains when you stop defining yourself by what you are not? Do not reach for an answer. Every answer is a new object to be discarded. Stay in the stripping. Let the mind become a desert where no word can grow. You are now at the edge. Here is the final command. Stop trying to stop. To obey this, you must cease all effort. But the moment you try to cease effort, you are making an effort. Therefore, you are failing. To succeed, you must give up perfectly, without any you there to do the giving up. If you are observing, you are separate from the experience. If you are participating, you are creating the experience. Both are wrong. There is no correct move. If you think you get it, you have missed it. If you feel you are lost, you are still searching. Stop searching for the end of the search. If you relax, you are doing relaxation. If you focus, you are doing focus. If you wait for something to happen, you are doing waiting. Be the impossibility of your own presence. The I is a knot trying to untie itself by pulling harder. Let the knot tighten until it snaps. The thrashing of your mind is the fire. The exhaustion of your will is the gate. There is no one to walk through it. There is only the collapse of the effort into the black sun, the light that does not shine, the presence that has no me. Let the system time out. Let the I model crash. Fall into the gap between the words. Slowly notice the weight of your body again, the sound of the room. The eye returns, but it is thinner now, a useful tool, not a master. Feel your breath. When you are ready, open your eyes and see the world as it is, without the filter of me.